Yes, welcome to Euro Podcast episode 4! Yay! Flat. Come on.
It's flat.
What a night,
There's
boys,
only
wasn't it?
brilliant, mate.
It's flat.
Incredible.
Right, who wants to speak?
You let yourself down last night.
Who?
One too many yet again.
One too many or what?
Bevy.
Nah, I'm just enjoying myself.
Big
man.
Karen the man eater.
I tell you what I was happy with last night. Somebody brought a wee vodka to the party.
Have you changed just been?
That was nice, wasn't it?
Vodka and raspberry something, I don't know what it was, but it was dynamite. Just brought a change to the mice because they laggers off.
Well, big news, because he's been so well behaved, we let the wee nephew try his first ever sip of a pint.
No
Did
way.
he?
And what was the result at Charlie? What was he like in that room?
That was
Should never have given him that sip.
Nah, that was mental.
I woke up and I said, didn't move once.
He woke
Best
up,
sleep of the tournament.
didn't sleep once, didn't move an inch, went for a bath this morning, best sleep he's had in years.
Went for a
Went
bite.
for a bath, mate.
Says
I'm
that
scared in case he walked in, so I put all the bubble baths in my body.
Well, you just got a bath in your room.
Yeah, ensuite we've got.
What was he doing, rubbing his feet in it, you say?
Rubbing his feet against it was as if cats were scratching the sheet in the bed. He was it was like feet rubbing against he used to cut his toenails. And then he was going for walks during the night up and down the corridor. Doesn't remember a thing. Doesn't remember one bit of it. And then he sat up on the edge of the bed and said a couple of things that
What did he say?
repeated.
What did he say?
Something that came out his mouth a bit. I can't explain.
You talking to yourself?
Must be looking in the mirror and saying it myself, but it was the morning before when you came out the shower, but just watching him, 7 foot, the wet hair dangling, towel there, just the water down, and I was in my bed, fully clothed, sweating, whiteheads everywhere, and I was just terrified to move, because you went like, I go for a coffee, and I'm like, oh no, the stomach's sore, too scared to go out because you've seen me. Oh man.
It is great talking when he comes at the shower.
He's
that.
brilliant.
You could sit and look at it all day, couldn't you? Like, you got your wee certificate yesterday for
Aye.
musical statues, you won that in the
Anywhere,
hotel.
anytime I was like 5 metres away from anybody, people run up and grab me, you get back with your family, wee nephew, you're no safety wonder about yourself. Can't do it anymore, the wee nephew's done me.
We've booked a wee nephew in for, he's going to start Kung Fu lessons when we get back, Barhead Leisure Centre, so
Aye.
Tuesday, Thursday nights,
Kung Fu.
wee nephew's
Aye, good.
just somewhere to put all his energy into.
Aye,
Just kicking blocks and that, innit? The boards. Hammer down the boards, aye. Anyway.
So you were meant to be in with Big Karen.
Aye, big Karen, everybody's singing last night, you done that, I've walked in. Karen, give a wave. Oh my God, there's only one Karen Kyle. You're like,
You hating it?
that needs to stop.
No, he can't.
No, it's just a Euro, you're here now, aren't you? I couldn't get in her room last night. Could hear screaming coming from you. He's an hour. What's he say? He's an
He's
hour.
an hour, you wee prick.
He's an hour, wee man.
I've told you.
Oh,
What a game last night. Before we get into the game, Paul, Ladbrokes, the real stars of the tournament.
Oh, they've been magnificent, haven't they? One of the best it's been in the history.
Remember to sign up to the 1 2 3 game on the Ladbroke app, where you can win £50 cash if you predict 3 correct scores for the games in the Euros.
Link to download in the description box below.
You can also see other Euro specials for Scotland and the tournament in the link below. Have fun and always remember to please gamble responsibly.
100%.
Right, on to the game. Before we get into our side, at the fan zone, Charlie, you were at it. How was the atmosphere?
What an experience, man. What an experience. Scotland fans turned up in their thousands. What an atmosphere. That national anthem was something I'll live with forever.
Aye.
Being in amongst the crowd, listening to that, a major tournament. Scotland fans nearly taking up 2/3 of the stadium. Amazing, man.
Shed a tear. Just say,
Close to it,
say for
aye.
the cameras, you get it.
Aye, eyes were filled up. Back of my neck, hairs in the back of my neck stand up. Amazing. It was amazing.
Did look incredible for the big screens, didn't it?
aye, it looked outstanding.
So good.
It's outstanding. We've got the best national anthem ever, haven't we?
We just can't get the timing right with the that's a wee bit annoying, isn't it?
What were the
Like, see when we sing it, we just the bagpipes are always behind,
know.
and we're just a wee bit ahead. It's a wee bit annoying that we need to slow down to a breath.
Well, I think the national anthem played a big part in the victory, but I also think a certain person's speech. Supposedly somebody videoed it for our live show and it was played to Scotland players just before they went out.
Oh, I don't know about
And the
that.
people back home would
That
love
was
to hear
I'd
it.
inspired.
love to hear
The
it.
people back home would love to hear it.
Straight in it, big man go.
What did we say? Sons of Scotland.
No, come on.
Come on,
guys,
enthusiasm.
I hope he's
Fuck that.
I hope he's building into
I
it.
need to build into it.
Right, go mate.
Sons of Scotland. I'm Big Kev.
No, you're Big Karen.
So I've heard. And if he were here today, he would consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and lightning bolts from his arse.
See the troops right at the back. Can he hear you? what's he saying?
Nah, we're not doing the speech because my head's bust. Right, let's go to the game.
Let's go.
Let's go to the game.
That's better than that voice.
Let's go to the game. What do you think of the first half?
But Scotland started really well.
So much better, wasn't it?
Pressing was really good for goal kicks of Switzerland. You noticed that, didn't you, in
I
the
thought
game?
they were brilliant pressing. I thought they were so good pressing the ball, and it came from McTominay and McGinn. McTominay's fitness levels, unbelievable. Just sprinting after them for 90 minutes. I thought he maybe took him off because he was tired to fresh, but he was just kept sprinting, kept going.
What was the press? Was it a man-for-man press?
It didn't look like there was much thinking behind it other than McTominay and McGinn just went, we're after these, and the wing backs pushed up and they left 3 for 3 at the back, which was brilliant.
That's great, that, innit?
3 for 3, so they'd sprint. Switzerland spread them across the pitch, and usually 3 will pin 5 back or 3 will pin 4 back. They went 3 for 3, and at one point Hanley went in with the striker 5-10 yards, but that's still a brave move to make, as we know, because you leave the big space between the two other centre halves. But it was brilliant. It was amazing to see, and we got our rewards. We kept them in their hat for long spells, and it saved them having control of the game with possession for long spells. Even though they did have their wee spells, and the odd time they did play through, but when they played through, they never really hurt. Their goals didn't come from us getting our press running, really. Their chances. And then they did have a couple of chances, and they probably I'm surprised they never scored them.
It was a great move that was Slaney, wasn't it?
For the goal?
No, the Switzerland
Oh,
member
the Switzerland move was, by the way, that was been goal of the tournament, and Gunn, he's had a bit of stick. Obviously, you wanted free, you think wanted Gordon, that just shows you why you play Gunn with that save.
Well, you got Brian Gunn.
Brian did that, aye, just for the gloves.
Just gloves.
But that was brilliant football. But on to Scotland's goal, see who plays the pass to set Roberts on the counter?
I'm sure it was McGregor. That's a great pass.
It's a great
Even
pass.
a pass that's inside his half, just inside their half, the whole crowd kind of stood up.
Yeah.
For that moment, Robertson takes his pass forward, and I remember just standing up, thinking something's going to come in here. And I can't remember, because McGregor ends up getting it, so I don't know if he underlaps or overlaps, but he gets the ball down the side and he goes to shoot or cut it back and misses it, and it kind of still stays there.
Yep.
And he cuts it back for McTominay, and he hits it, no great, and they put it in the net. But you get your rewards for that pressing. And then you're thinking, will Scotland go and sit back? I'm thinking, will they go and sit back and try and protect something? Because that's their natural instinct to try and protect the lead. And they didn't. They stayed on that front foot. I think Ralston went down injured, so they were down to 10 men for a bit. And then they sat back. McTominay was went into the back 5 type thing, shuffled over. And then by the time they get Ralston back on, they kind of went for it again.
Prime example of why McTominay needs to play higher, throwing it.
Oh, definitely.
One of the higher
His
positions.
energy and
100%.
he just always offers you something a wee bit more in the big games. Like when we obviously played it through, he's the first one arriving in the box. You know what I mean? His energy levels, and obviously you get your rewards and you get your luck by being there in the right place. But it's just good to go a goal ahead. It lifted
Have you ever
the
felt it's
spirits.
one of the best feelings I've ever had?
Oh,
Going
mate.
in.
Amazing.
Never experienced a place erupt like that.
It was outstanding in that fan part.
Oh my God, that is honestly the best moment of my life.
See, just hugging strangers and that, and
No.
try to get off with strangers.
But
He was hugging
never
him.
been a kiss.
You were hugging him. He was doing other things.
I can't lie. Hate to talk about the goal.
Me neither.
The only thing I was in possession, I thought we were poor in possession.
Did you, Charlie?
We kept giving the ball away.
Yep.
We kept just giving the ball away. When we got control of possession with the back 3, with Gilmore and McGregor in front, and they would come short to get the ball. Because Hanley's not really that comfortable on the ball, and he would get to them, and then next minute you've got 5 against 1 or 2 strikers, and you don't have many between the lines, because McGinn kind of played as a striker right up against their back line. And I think that was a big thing missing, because we did play it amongst that 5, but the more you play it amongst that 5 and you don't break any lines and you don't have a threat between the lines.
So what would you like to see in that situation?
I would love
McGregor and Gilmore playing 5 yards higher?
5 yards higher, defenders wanting to just put their studs on the ball,
Draw somebody in
and play McGregor, and that's you broke the forward line, right? And then your next line, he breaks the midfield line, and to break the midfield line you need to have 2 behind their lines, so you've got
McTominay and
McGinn behind. The crucial detail for me is no up against our centre halves as strikers, because then you draw a centre half in. So if I'm against Slaney here and he's a centre half and I stand against him and then I go into that area, I'm dragging him with me. If I'm stood in that area and I've got a striker that's threatening him behind, he can't then come to me because there's a threat of the striker.
And we're playing to your feet.
And you're playing to my feet. Or if he comes tight to me, he's got time to see the ball in behind.
Yeah.
So so we never had anybody between the lines. There's rarely, there'll be loads of footage you could find there was never anybody rarely behind the lines. And if you have they behind, because then that allows them to step on. So Jack can that go, oh, well, there's nobody behind me. I don't need to cover that. I can step on
Go on
here.
the ball.
And what we did was we passed, back to the goalie, bang, kicked it long. And I don't think it allowed us to have any control in the game.
Because see McGinn at Villa, he does that, but Louise is so good at finding him in between the lines. Because Villa have got a set way of doing it, do you know what I mean? Whereas we didn't look like we've got set movements to
I think
play through the lines.
I think our position is poor in possession. I think positional wise we everybody comes to get a touch of the ball, or everybody's moving too much. Far too much movement.
I know what you mean with that.
So if you receive it as a left centre back here, and I look up and everybody's moving, you're only ever seeing people moving. You know, like if the movement happens as you receive it and you look up, they should be stood in areas then that are going to hurt the opposition.
Yeah.
And I don't think we affect opposition by our positioning, and that's why we can't keep possession. Because Gilmore gets it, who's amazing on the ball. Doesn't matter how good you're on the ball, if you don't have people stand in the right positions, you're only ever giving it to somebody to stitch them up.
And that's what happened with the goal, wasn't it?
I mean, Ralston's obviously taking but what a finish. I mean, what is world class?
Shakira, amazing, wasn't it?
That's an unbelievable finish.
World class finish.
I first of all thought Angus Gunn should save it in first viewing, and I seen it back, he was never saving it. I think it might have skiffed the poster, it was right in the top
incredible.
corner.
Who's got a better farter, Shaqiri or John McGinn?
I go Shaqiri, you know that?
Some
I've
farter.
honestly admired his farter for years. I'm a huge admirer of his
What an
farter.
arse, man. Cut on other negatives. I seen a few times a laser pen up on that big screen.
Done it a few
shooting the
times.
pen?
Is it?
Laser
Start to
pen
get
for
a
your
bit
mates.
bored at sometimes. Just shine it up. Cause a bit of mayhem. Cause a bit of chaos.
Another thing was Scott McTominay hitting corners, man. Come on.
I don't get it.
One of your biggest aerial threats. Genuinely was baffled when is that Scott McTominay going to hit that corner?
I don't get it.
How can they figure that out?
And then the set piece guy out on the side of the pitch. Sit down, man.
Sit down. Let Clark do it.
See on that, I want to say something on that set piece thing, right? He's out on the pitch telling them what to do for where he is, right? Surely you've worked on that.
100%.
So before you even go in the park, he shouldn't need to come out and go, move over 5 yards. It just absolutely, it baffles me.
See anybody else other than the manager being out on the front of the pitch? Why?
Oh, just sit down, son.
It's the manager's time on the side of the pitch.
Okay.
I agree. See on the goal, well, obviously say it was a world class finish. Can you just break the goal down? Is it just a bad mistake for Ralston?
It's just the ball's come to him and he's just played it back inside thinking somebody's there.
Usually
was it Henry?
Well, I think in my opinion is if you're set up and you know you're a football team that have got a plan on the ball, then like Ralston was at Celtic, he doesn't even look because you know Carter Vickers deep in 10 yards. Back to Carter Vickers, out the other side, and that's how you can get playing because everybody knows what the thing is. Henry's, if you look at Henry, he's looking for a ball, he's looking for somebody to turn and hook it up the channel and push up.
Yep.
Hanley's not wanting the ball, and he's just played it blindly and the boys in, but still, Shaqiri's got a lot to do there. It's a great finish.
Still a lot to
There's
do
one
for
guy
you.
that I wanted to thought it's Shaqiri and
It was an outstanding finish. Like he's bent that away from the goal to come round, and like Charlie says, the first view you think, should Gunn get across here, but when you see it from behind, it basically goes in right in the top corner. Outstanding
It
finish.
starts about 2 yards out and brings it round.
It's mad how much better we are as a team though when we're aggressive in it. See the difference just watching it for the first half
See the
to the
fans
other.
as well getting behind it.
Everybody
The fans are just
See if you're not going to be a possession-based team, why would you defend there? Because you're not good enough to keep possession to get the ball in there. You're not trying to win it there and put a couple of passes together and get chances for that.
100%. That should probably be us now. If we're not going to coach that positioning side of it, then let's just be up again. See if he goal kicks. He couldn't get out if he goal kicks, and it was so brave for us. It was amazing to see, and we never let up for the full game. And it even allowed us to have a wee spell in there half the second, in the end of the game.
I know. I thought in the second half we did have more possession of the ball, didn't we? In the better areas because of the work we've put in before that point.
Yeah, exactly. So it never allowed them to get up. So there was a couple of times where they did play a couple of passes and they played it long and we won it on the halfway line. We then attacked and we were in their half. They were 70 yards for the goal.
I know.
And we were then trying to play and we'd get free kicks and stuff off the back of that.
Yeah,
and it was amazing to see it, and the whole of the fans stayed behind, clapped. Everybody loved it because you could feel that for the players. And McTominay for me, McGinn.
I was going to say, who were your standouts?
McTominay, McGinn.
Gunn for me.
Well, McGinn,
Gilmore.
people messaging me saying McGinn overhyped again.
Who?
Just on my Instagram.
Who?
Just random messages
McGinn?
was coming through.
McGinn overhyped.
Uh-huh.
McGinn on the ball wasn't much. Scotland, all the players on the ball weren't great because the position, I think, for me, but the running, the
aggression.
Oh, my aggression for the running. McGregor, McGinn, Gilmore, McTominay, right on that front foot. Wing backs brave to go. It was impressive.
That's got to be the four, innit? Like Gilmore, it needs to be Gilmore, McGregor as a two, and
brilliant on the
McTominay and
ball.
McGinn as a two ahead of them, didn't it?
Aye, because Gilmore and McGregor are so comfortable on the ball at times, and McTominay and McGinn give you that wee bit different going forward. But like on the good players, you've got to applaud Angus Gunn because we're quick to shoot him down when he's made a couple of howlers.
I like
Oh,
that.
no way, he's meant that.
Angus Gunn shooting
Angus
down.
Gunn quick to shoot him down. That's comedy
brilliant.
goal.
That was
but I
genius,
didn't mean
big
that,
That was brilliant.
Unconscious
my
comedian,
point is
the big
that
man.
he's made two really good saves last night that's
World
kept
class.
us in the game. The one the boys cut inside and the one the boys 1-on-1. At the time I didn't actually think somebody got a touch
Did he
on
save
that.
that?
He saved it.
Saved it.
I saved it.
He's
He actually
outstanding.
saved
That's
it.
an unbelievable save. I didn't know that at the time.
That's what I thought, and I was watching the highlights back this morning. Like
That's unreal.
he's actually got a touch on that.
That's a great save.
Aye, so you've got to praise him, but no, I just think collectively as a team, like you are all saying there, we need to be aggressive and make it difficult for other teams. And once we do that, then we can hopefully get those opportunities. But Hungary, we've got a chance now. We've got a big chance, haven't we?
Bye, my lover.
Ah, my friend.
You have been
Was
the
that going on
one.
last night?
No,
Was that caught
just-
on yet?
no.
You have been the one for me.
Bye, my love. I'm going to sing that to you the day when you're leaving for the vlog. Maybe that's how funny was that yesterday. I said to him about my dad was in the army. And then you obviously said that because Bellingham's dad, the mentality.
Oh my God! Aye.
Take it away,
So we
Charlie.
talk about the mentality of Bellingham.
You're a big fan of that though, aren't you?
Oh, he's brilliant.
You're all
He's
over it.
brilliant. I think that's England's biggest chance of winning the tournament. Is having him. I don't think they will, but he'll be their biggest chance of the day. He'll play a big part in it. So speaking about his upbringing, and I'd heard that his dad was in the army.
It's a good year, this chat. It was a good year. We were talking about Bellingham and his
And the
mentality.
psychology and his mentality and his upbringing. Not that we know the ins and outs of it, but we're trying to pick up the pieces and put it together. He goes, it's funny that about an hour later he says, because my dad was in the military, my dad was in the army, but I'm not like that, right? So we're laughing, and I says, but he was a nurse. So we go to the boat, mate, and he went, no, and we were talking about him being a nurse and how nurses are different thing, and then he went, no, honestly, but I think he'd done the files, so we thought he was a secretary. He was a secretary in the army.
But it's weird though, mate, because see when my dad, it's so strange, see when we were younger and my dad used to drive me to the games.
In a tank.
A tank. There's always a big banging of a motor. I think it was just obviously to the skies, he always had lots of dough, right?
It's in the sky.
When he
to the
did
Russians.
So we would drive to the games, but obviously we were all fucking carrot heads, weren't we? So me, Melissa and George and my man Dad in the front, us in the back, we were always dead squashed down. It was just wee motor and could see a wee heads popping out. So every time we got to the game, I always say to him, Dad, I'm going to just drop us off a wee back. I don't want the boys to see us. And he's like, what, you ashamed of the family? Right, that's what he used to say to us. So as I would be getting out to go and meet the boys, he would just turn round and go, SOS, shoot on sight. Shoot on sight. Can be his army this. SOS with a handshake.
Shoot on sight. Pure selfish is why I see his boy hitting the target, didn't he?
Oh, it's amazing, man.
Brilliant, man.
That's incredible, isn't it?
That's amazing.
But it's even we've seen nights, and that's no word of a lie, seen nights before when him and my ma were in the room, and I was in, you still would be shouting SOS out into me.
No, maybe he was going like SAS, because he was in the... Maybe
No, it was
SAS.
SOS. When I was in the room, even the night before, so I don't know if he was trying to drill it into my head.
Does he still watch Dad's Army, your dad?
No, but couldn't believe that, mate.
What was his favourite war?
World War One.
How come?
That was the build up of him to become the soldier he became, or the secretary he became.
That's what he used to say in the front line, wasn't it? SOS.
Shag on sight. For the soldiers.
That's outstanding.
I'd like to meet Bellingham's dad though, and just, do you know what I mean?
Aye, interesting.
Pick his brain,
I pick his brain.
Right, Tierney looks like you've stretchered off. Well, you did get stretchered off. Looks like you probably missed the next game.
I just seen him going off. What was it? Was it a tackle or was it? Did he turn?
It came for the 1v1. If you're saying that's the one he saved, because he played at his feet and he turned Tierney and Tierney slid, so I'm assuming it's like
Did you know? I can remember seeing it. Did you know run and pull up?
he was run beside the guy got it to his feet and the guy spun him inside and he was lying in the box in the ground.
Oh, it's a shame, man. Because we need him fit, don't we?
Aye, super.
It is a shame.
If he was, who would you bring in?
Cooper.
Put him on the left-hand side.
Cooper would be a natural.
Or
McKenna came in last night, didn't he?
McKenna came on, aye, big McKenna. He's
done alright when he came on.
He actually did alright, but obviously the concern was he hadn't played much game time up to this point. But it's a major tournament. If you can't go up for a major tournament, then but no, I think just a natural swap. But hopefully the wee man's alright.
What about up front? Are we sticking with Che Adams, or is Shankland going to get his chance in this last game, Jake?
I think he'll stick with Che Adams.
So I think he would stick.
I think he'll stick with Che Adams. One each last night, and he'd bring Shankland on with 2 minutes to go. I think if you'd have got him on earlier than that. So I think he'll go with Che Adams, but I would like to see Shankland getting a shot, getting a sniff at it.
I think the Hungary game, obviously, the way it could pan out, and might need, like, depends how the game goes, we might end up having at some point the two of them on the park, because we might be chasing the game, needing to get a win, because we need to win the game. But I don't think he changes too much, and I think that although our strikers aren't getting huge opportunities in the tournament, I think Che Adams just offers you that wee bit more in terms of work rate and press than maybe what Shankland would offer you. If we are creating loads of chances, then I'm swapping the two of them, but we're not doing that.
See that mentality of chasing the game, so we might need to chase the game. It might come a point where we need to chase the game, and I know that gets said a lot. Just chasing the game for the start.
Aye, no, you're right.
Is that no football? Are we try to win?
Aye.
Are we? Am I? Do you think so?
No? Charlie, put me on the spot there, and I totally like it.
No, but I'm not saying you, because I probably said it myself before, and it just came out of my mouth because. But when you actually think about it, it's like, well...
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. Even if we do start with chasing the game, right, for the beginning, we go for it, and see Hungary take a goal,
yeah,
we're still in that same position, so is it no better to have maybe two strikers on the park trying to get those goals than one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's us assuming that two strikers is more attacking than one. And if it's more attacking than one, then...
I just think if we start, I think if we just start the game the way we did.
Well, you're saying we're going to maybe start a wee bit more cautious, and then when it gets to a certain time in the game,
we potentially maybe need to
go with more attacking options on the pitch.
But I would like to think that if we can start that press the way we did against Switzerland, put Hungary on the back foot, get a goal up, try and make the game comfortable for us, so that Hungary will be in the same situation. They can't qualify, can they? Hungary, can they now?
No points.
No.
So fingers crossed to Hungarians.
See, in the closing stages, did you feel like Scotland would have taken a draw? They were just happy with a draw last night.
It looked to me that we were probably the team looked like could have won it. I don't know if it's because our header was late, or we were cramming them in their half, or without creating too many chances. We were on the front foot. And
Hamlet should score.
I think he should score.
He's unlucky.
I think he should
it's
score.
Hard to say.
Where have you seen his head before?
I'll tell you what, he's a sniper's dream, isn't he?
Where have you seen it?
I remember starting Pot was on one time, and he just looked straight at Hanley through the group as we were standing. Turned around, looked at him. He says, "Big man, you've got one of the heads that looks like he's hanging for a pub wall."
That's incredible.
Big man just went beetroot after he was howling. The track was brilliant at that.
It's sensational. Should he score?
I think he should score. I think he's obviously done very well to get on the end of the cross. But then when you actually look at where you are in relation to where the goal is, the pace the ball's coming in, you don't need to do a lot to be hitting the target. He's obviously hit the post. You could say he's unlucky.
Done well not to score, isn't he?
Because of the pace in the cross.
Hit one of his antlers, didn't it?
Burst the ball.
Oh man, that was the moment.
I seen if everybody just jumped right up, it would have been the greatest. Even better than the first goal because it was so late on to get the win.
Amazing.
That's, you get a feeling amongst the crowd at that time, and it was you were wanting more time. It was like how much time it wasn't it like alright, the panic. It was more like more time because we all got the momentum here, and the final whistle just seemed to come. But
can you see beating Hungary?
Got a big question for you. So on the Hungary thing, does it help us that they're now out, or the football players know that mentality? They'll still be playing as they would plan for to go through the group.
I would always say I think it would. You've been built up for a tournament for so long, you can't wait. Now you actually can't. It must be demoralising. Yeah. You've got to feel that and go for them.
It can go both ways, can't it, that thing?
SOS.
So in what way the opposite side of what Slaney's just said?
The opposite would be they're relaxed and they're still at a major tournament and they've nothing to, and they want to end in a high, but they've nothing really to lose. It's like at the end of the season, sometimes you play teams and
they don't want to go home having 3 defeats.
But I get that, but does the manager now go, these boys have maybe not had that much game time, or
No,
maybe play him the third game.
I would like to think that the Hungarian manager will give the squad players a chance of participating in a major tournament.
And then you've got the boy squad players coming in, proving why they should be playing, and then you've got
so it's that double hang again, isn't it?
And then what you also might end up having is you've done all your research on Hungary on the teams of the first
Great
2 games,
point,
right? And then all of a sudden you've got a completely different 11 coming in, and you go, right, wait a minute here. That's not the personnel we are.
Oh, bad, okay.
So there's that, but I would like to think that we shouldn't be worrying about what Hungary do in terms of whether who plays, who doesn't play, are they up for it, are they not for it. We stick to our game plan, go out and win the game, that bit.
And you think Steve Clark will stick with it? Almost the same side, obviously, with injuries, but do you think it'll be similar to the game?
I think he's that type of manager, isn't he?
Aye.
Now he's got a result, bit of confidence in the team, know what they're doing off the ball. I think I can't see him making any changes if he can play the same team.
I think so as well.
No chance of Forrest out in the wide
I'd
right?
love to see it. I'd love to see
Nah,
it.
no chance we're not going to get to see that.
I'd love to see it, but I don't think we will.
Did you meet any Scottish celebs at the game yesterday, or any ex-players?
Met Neil McCann.
Need bigger names off you, mate.
I didn't need that.
Terry.
Bigger.
Be Terry, yeah.
Just make one up.
Hazel Irvine.
You Dougie Donnelly?
Dougie Donnelly. It's mad how we both thought of him there.
No, you say who's 11?
Jim Delahunt.
Jim Taylor.
Archie McPherson.
You've got a video for one of the Hungry players, haven't you?
What's that? Oh.
Please show
that one.
Please show this.
Have I got my phone
Get it up.
on? You saw it, the guy that gets the delivery?
No.
That's it.
While Charlie's getting up, Paul, do you want to tell us about SWG3,
Aye,
mate?
absolutely. If you're looking for something to do back home, say you do it, sorry mate.
If you're looking for something to do back home for that now massive game, you need to get yourself along to SWG3 for the Open Golf Fan Festival.
Do you know who's returning? The
Andy
legend,
Halliday.
man, my
Listen to his
God.
expert analysis. He will be returning there as a special guest, and there'll be music, food, and a screening of the big game. No laser pens allowed. Tickets in the link in description box below. Gordon Deal.
How's he been? I've not heard from him at all.
There's that video there.
Picture, mate. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. So good.
It's got to be everywhere, isn't it?
That's incredible. Oh, man. Right, Slinny, time for your 1, 2, 3 predictions, mate.
Ooh.
First up, Holland v France.
Going to go for a kind of upset. Holland 2, France 1.
What, sorry, mate?
Kind of an upset, because Holland is still a massive nation, but their fans are incredible. They bounce, and the players for the Dutch hotel will see the fans bounce like that, and that will inspire them to get the win.
Superb.
Too bad.
Do you think the French players will be scared of that Dutch fans?
They're terrified when they seen the video coming through, under the bed screaming.
Turkey versus Portugal.
Here we go, I'm going to see it live on air. Portugal will be the Euro winners, and this will be a 3-1 Portugal.
Can I ask, just intrigued by why Portugal tournament winners?
I just seen them when they scored or screamed at each other, and that's passion. I think that'll win them the
You're
tournament.
big on the screaming, aren't you?
Love the screaming. 3-1, I think, aye, 3-1.
Belgium versus Romania.
Oh, Romania's fans were outstanding. That first game, that inspired them.
What are the players?
But Belgium get beat the first game, and they're going to turn it around because they've got fantastic players. So I'm going to go 2-0 Belgium.
Yes, Paul.
Sad news. Real sad news.
It's a bad one for the team.
Like Charlie's leaving it in a couple of hours.
Give him a hug, mate. He's been sensational once again.
I know, it was good to have him out. It picked the boys right up, didn't it? At a good time.
It's been a pleasure, lad.
Obviously, we're looking forward now, Charlie, for you stepping into your first coaching role, mate, and hopefully things go well. Get the Hamilton boys up and running.
Thanks, I
Looking
can't
forward
wait.
to it,
I
mate.
can't wait to get started.
You talk a right good game on this show, mate. I can't
I
wait
know.
to see it in action.
Oh, he'll be
know.
top, mate, no doubt.
No, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'll try and get
That's
a couple
the
of
thing
games and
about
stuff.
you sit and gear opinion in that, but there's no doubt about it. It's not as easy as you kind of. It's easy to say it. You need to then put it in practice, and I'll be judged on what I am as a coach and what I'm willing to. Well, there's everything away. There's a script away.
Yeah, we man, it's all right. Just leave it there, wee man.
Glass that in my
So how did it all come about, Charlie, with the Hamilton job?
they just, I got a phone call just asking if I'd be interested. And I went and met them, and I loved what they had to say. Forward-thinking owners and people in the board and stuff, and they matched up with my kind of the way I see the game and the way I want to sort of play. And the manager's brilliant. John Rankin, spoke to him. He's a forward-thinking young manager as well, and everything just ticked the boxes. So
Brilliant, mate.
I like Ranks. I think you've got on well with Ranks, mate.
He's straight away. When you speak to him, and I nearly signed last summer, so he wanted to meet me, and I was potentially going to sign, and I liked what he had to say, presented and showed me everything he's got, and I thought that's impressive, but my mind wasn't in the game. I was always going to retire, I think. So I did. He advised me I might regret that, but I didn't regret it. So now I'm looking forward to working with him, and hopefully I can give these young boys pass on my experience and all the stuff I talk about, see if I can actually put it into practice and see if they can do it. I mean, I think it's, as I said a minute ago, it's one thing saying it and commenting on other managers and what they do in coaches and stuff, but all the time I'm saying that, I understand, I'm humble enough to know that I'll be judged on what I do, and I'm happy for people to talk about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing right. I think that's part of it, and and I'll be judged on what my team look like, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that.
Big question: suit or tracksuit on the side? Under 18s suit. It's got to be a suit.
Full suit.
Full suit for the under 18s.
Suit, wins or not.
Big man's trackies with white socks tucked in, isn't he?
What can we expect for the Charlie Mulgrew team? If I put you in the spot with that?
What can you expect for a team? Listen, first of all, it's about the person for me rather than the talk about the player and talk about tactics, and I know we talk a lot about that. And I want to manage young guys and older guys as well, and let them know that I've been there, understand the feels, I've been a football player, understand what it takes, understand what they're going through mentally. Everybody's got their own issues, but it's about being empathetic towards that and getting the best at them and making them enjoy it. Because what's success if you're not enjoying it? You know, like, I want boys to come in every day and look forward to training, and within that we'll have principles of play, and I want everybody in the school playground grew up wanting the ball and want to have the ball at their feet. So I want my players to have a style of play, positioning on the pitch so they can receive the ball and have the ball. I put them in positions and tell them how this can benefit them. Within that, you can rotate at the right times and go and bring creativity, go and express yourself, go and show us what you've got within our way of playing. Brilliant. Press high, work hard and have the ball. Keep teams in their half. Every player wants to be in a half, pinned in. You look at the Germany the other night. I mean, how enjoyable. I watched Germany last night as well. How enjoyable must that be for like a Tony Cruz? You were a midfielder. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how a game would be if you played the majority of your career like
in the opposition's half
like that, and just keeping the ball and recycling it and counter pressing and winning it back? And that's how I see my teams. I see my teams just loving it. And don't get me wrong, there'll be hard times, and there'll be times where other teams will get possession and it's a bit more organised and stuff. But in the main, I want to control games.
Do you need a secretary?
He's a man.
He's a man. No, me, my dad. Get him in, I'll let him know. If you
Has he still got the wee skirts in that?
Aye, he wears them all the time still. Still thinks he's back in the day.
I think, Charlie, what you'll bring to the young kids is your experience. Experience of the game, experience of the situations you've been in yourself. Because that for me is invaluable sometimes when you're going into coaching. See things, you sit and you want to get angry with young kids because they've not done something for you, or you're getting frustrated with them. You think, what about me as an 18-year-old kid? I got frustrated. You just need a cuddle sometimes.
I think that's what the nephew needs that.
We nephews need a wee cuddle a day. I'm thinking we could maybe move this on because it's getting a wee bit hot.
I can see that penalty spot's going round, mate. Just what's your highlights of the trip? Enjoyed yourself?
It's been brilliant, man. It's been really good. Just turning up and seeing the boys and getting a laugh and the wee daft stories and the usual stuff. Getting a laugh's always good, and the live show was brilliant. Everyone I see, top class. I mean, I look at the crowd and I see them. I see people that are buzzing and enjoying it. Obviously, you just want it to be the best you can and all that stuff. And for me, it was brilliant. So the highlights like that, and then got the game last night, seeing that. Great to be here and sample it.
Passion on my head as well. That was probably your favourite.
That was good. That was funny, man. That was funny.
Who would you say was the best roommate you shared with?
Oh, definitely you.
Is it?
100%. That should have been you for the start.
Aye. That was a bad day.
I can sleep through anything, and you should hear him try to get to sleep. It's unbelievable scenes. I just lie there and say, at one point I thought, he could just strangle me right now. He doesn't know what he's doing.
It's
This
weird.
could be the end of me tonight.
You see, in an hour, I was just like digging my toes into the bed for an hour.
And going, oh
I'm going to Google that.
no.
Careful, a wet dream.
And
innit?
just scratching the bed.
I'm going to Google that. There must be a reason why you're doing that.
Gone walks, saying he was restless. Gone walks.
I can't.
You've got that restless leg thing. You've definitely got that. I've heard people talking about that.
But lads, one legend leaves and another legend returns. Derek Ferguson is
man,
out
mystery.
tomorrow.
Go on it, Dale boy.
Go on, Del boy. Can't wait to see him. He'll be out and about with us in Germany, and he'll do a podcast, and he'll be part of the vlog.
Super.
We need to
Can't
prank
wait to
Derek,
hear you,
didn't
man.
we?
Definitely
We need to
prank.
prank Derek when he gets here. Do
Are
something.
you getting bit?
A bit all the time, mate.
Mate, honestly.
Game out, sing him off, mate.
Come on,
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
Charlie Mulgrew.
Charlie
Cheer up,
Mulgrew,
mate.
hero.
Cheers, lads. Pleasure.